For this week's assignment, we're going to be dealing just with numeric variables. Let's get started by creating a new design file. And once it's brought up, we'll grab our frame tool down here at the bottom. There we go. Go over to your design side, and just to make something different, let's open up the tablet and let's work on a Surface Pro 8. This way we can give us just a different little layout for our design. Now, numeric variables allow us to change up a number within our given text field. So to get started, I want to create just a basic little addition and subtraction counter. To build out this counter, let's open up our apps, go to your plugins and widgets, and if you haven't done so already, load up the Iconify widget. This allows you to quickly and easily find different little icons, and let's do an addition. With this one, I'm just going to choose a simple little plus sign and drag it over, and that'll place it there. Let's also find a subtraction. And this is the matching one that goes on there as well too. We're done with Iconify. Let's make these both a little bit bigger. I'm going to select both of them. Going over to our layout, we're going to keep the dimensions proportional, so we're going to lock or make sure that's locked down. And let's make them a good bit bigger. Let's go 48 by 48. This way we can see it within our little work area. I'm going to zoom in so we can see both of these as well too. All right, I've got both of these placed kind of side by side, and in the middle is where I want to have some variable text. I'm going to grab my type tool and just click and drag and make a simple little text box. And for now, I'm going to type in a dummy number. This number can be anything. I'm just going to make it 2 digits so I can play around with it. Going down to our typography window, I'm going to set the alignment to be centered. Choose a nice bold font, and let's make it a good bit bigger. Let's make it even bigger than this. Just something that I can see that works well inside of that area. I think that'll work good for that. Finally, if necessary, you may need to move it into place, and I'm going to readjust the size of my little text frame to be set here. Okay, so now we have a setup for an addition, a subtraction, and that'll let us change out our number. In order to change it, we need to apply a variable. So going over to our variable window, click on it to open it up. I'll drag it over here so we can see. We want to create a new variable. It's going to be a number. And let's call this, we're going to be building out a little ticket kiosk. So I'm going to call this my adult tickets. We'll make one for children in just a little bit. Right now, I'm going to set the value, just so I can see it change, to be 5. So that's the name of our little variable. This is the default value that comes with it. We can close this out. To apply the variable to this text field, select the text field, go up to the text on top of design and click on this icon. And we simply want to choose adult tickets, and you can see how it automatically applies it to here. Now, if I go to preview this and test it in my screen, it's super small. Let's make that a little bit bigger. You know, it's there, but obviously I can't click or do anything with both of these. So let's close this out and see if we can add some changeability to this. I'm going to select my plus sign. With it selected, let's go over to our layers panel. I'm going to rename this. It's already inside of a frame. I'm going to call it addition, and this frame is subtraction, just so I can keep both of those distinguished. Now, let's choose our addition little frame. Remember, any kind of interaction you do is going to be under the prototype selection. Finally, we're going to add an interaction to it. And so let's click on the plus sign. And what do we want to do? So on tap, whenever I click it, we want to perform an action, and we're going to set a variable. And in our case, we want the variable that we're working on, the target variable, we may have to click away from it, is going to be the adult tickets. So it's going to affect this number. The other thing we want to do with it is to change its value. So to do this, we need to write an expression. Clicking here will allow us to choose what variable we want. So we want to take the adult tickets, whatever number this is, and we want to add on to it. So either click on addition, or you can actually type the plus sign, and we're going to press 1. So here's what we're telling it to do. Whenever we tap on it, we're going to set or change the variable for adult tickets to be whatever the number is, adult tickets plus 1. We're adding 1 to it. You can see how that also has a little dealio coming off to the side here. Anytime you want to set this, you can click off to the side, and you can also do the settings inside of here. Now let's do a subtract from it. Select the subtraction frame. Going over to prototype, we can add an interaction. So on tap, we're going to be setting a variable. Remember, you can also click here and open it up. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to see. So on this one, we want to set the variable for adult tickets. The value is going to be adult tickets minus 1. Okay, so now we've got this set up and ready to go. Let's give a preview and see what this looks like. Now when I click on plus, hey, it goes up. And if I click on minus, it goes down. So adding to it takes that variable and adds 1. Subtracting takes the variable and subtracts away. Now I'm going all the way down. You can see I've got a little bit of a problem. We don't want this to go into a negative number. We want to keep it at a positive number. Also, we may want to set a limit to the amount that we have. If this is the case, if you want to restrict an area to it, we want to set not just a variable change, but what's known as a conditional variable to it. I'm going to close this out. So to add a condition, the first thing we need to do is to get rid of the interaction that we already have. With the frames selected, clicking here, let's get rid of our current interaction for tapping. I'm going to erase that away. Let's do the same for the subtract. I'm going to erase it away too. We want to add a different kind of interaction. Choosing our plus frame, going back over, let's click on this to add one more interaction. On tap, this time, rather than setting a variable, we want to do a conditional change. Conditional change is ask a question. If something is true, then you do this. Otherwise, else it'll do some other action. So here's what we want. If we're adding on to something, let's say we don't want it to go above 10. 10 is the maximum that we have. So let's add the condition to here. With the if statement selected, on this panel, click on write condition. If adult tickets, okay, think about this. As long as it's less than 10, we want to add on to it. So choose less than and then type in 10. So if the number of adult tickets is less than 10, now we can set a variable. We want to set the variable for all tickets to be whatever number of tickets plus 1. Here's what it looks like inside of here. So on triggering this, it's going to check. If the number of tickets is less than 10, it'll do this. It'll set the variable for adult tickets. Let me make this larger so we can see it. For adult tickets to be that plus 1. Otherwise, else, don't do anything. Okay, so let's do it for minus over here. So with those minus selected, let's go back to our interactions. And again, on tap, we're going to set a conditional. Inside this conditional, this time, if all of our adult tickets is greater than 0. So as long as there's more than 0, we can keep subtracting away from it. What action are we going to add? So we're going to add an action to set a variable to be adult tickets minus 1. So this one, whenever I click on it, it's going to check. If the number of tickets is greater than 0, it can subtract away from it. Otherwise, if it's less than 0, it won't do anything at all. It'll keep it at 0. If you've got it set up correctly, let's prototype it and test it out. So adding all the way up to 10, aha, now I can't click anymore. Going all the way down to 0, and it stops right there. So conditionals allow you to check to see if whatever variable you have has some true or false statement to it. And if it's true, it'll do something. Otherwise, it'll do the other thing or nothing at all. And so we checked to see if it was greater than 0 or less than 10 in order to get this particular layout.